Welcome to the No More Late Fees podcast. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Jackie. And we're just two best friends and ex-Blockbuster employees rewatching some of the best and worst movies from the late 90s and early 2000s. This week, we are continuing the spooky season celebration with the 1996 classic, The Craft. And we're not alone in this supernatural adventure. We have Megan and Kim from Room 237 podcast joining us. Welcome, ladies.
Hello. Hey.
Well, The Craft is a story about a new girl starting a Catholic school in California. She befriends a trio of outcasts who dabble in witchcraft. Things take a sinister turn as the girls begin to use spells and curses to seek revenge against those who have wronged them. The movie stars Robin Tunney, Fairuza Balk, Rachel True, Neve Campbell, Skeet Ulrich, Christine Taylor, and Breckin Meyer. The movie was written by Peter Filardi and Andrew Fleming and was also directed by Andrew Fleming. You can watch it on iTunes and rent it for Amazon. I think it was $3.99. I just watched it on the iPad and watched it from Jackie this time.
I have the DVD. I don't have a DVD player, but I have the DVD of The Craft.
I love that. Like, even though you have no way to play it, you're still holding.
I'm still holding on to it.
But before we start, let's get into our ratings rewind.
So you know the drill. Before we get into the movie, we'll reveal the rating our Y2K versions of ourselves would give. Then at the end, we'll see if our current selves agree with our initial rating. Our scale consists of would buy it again.
The best, would play on repeat.
5-day rental.
Would watch again.
2-day rental.
Okay, but nothing to write home about.
And same-day rental.
Beep, 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 beep. Trash. I love seeing your face, Jackie, for that one. I have not done that one yet.
You have not. I'm like, we're gonna run out of ways to say trash, but we haven't yet.
Not yet. All right, ladies, what are your Y2K ratings? We'll start with you, Kim.
My Y2K ratings for this movie would absolutely be would buy it again.
We're not surprised after you just gave us that synopsis of your DVD.
Oh yeah, I was low key obsessed. So I mean, not low, high key. Let's be honest.
Megan,
I would also would buy it again. It's great.
Jackie,
I am also a would buy it again.
Okay, I love the movie. But I didn't buy it on DVD. I didn't. So I'm going to say 5-day rental. That is just what Y2K Danielle did. She liked it, but she did not buy it. I am sorry. Don't kill me. Please, internets, don't kill me.
At least you remember this movie.
You know what, Jackie? Let's get this party started.
Yes. So the movie opens. We see the three girls, Bonnie, Nancy, and Rochelle, all just kind of chanting in the woods. There's potions, there's spells, they're doing incantations in a very lovely gazebo.
Like, it's very nice, isn't it? It's all
of witchcraft.
Yes,
this movie definitely. There are a few movies from this time period or witchy movies that give. It's not just like cool and fun, but it gives vibes.
Yeah.
It is the definition of vibes. And this movie was a whole vibe.
Yes, for sure.
And so they're kind of chanting, they chant, now is the time, ours is the hour, ours is the power. And then it goes into what I refer to as Buffy's intro. It's lots of flashing scene montage with like this like crazy quick music. And they're like, did we just go to Buffy? Are we back now? What's happening?
There was just like a convergence at this time where in the late 90s, there was like a whole they all had that same vibe. I think of Buffy, I think of this movie and Scream, and I think of Practical Magic. They all had a very similar situation. It did feel very Buffy-esque.
What's the guy's name who did Wes Craven? They all have that Wes Craven vibe.
Yes.
Or that skater, like 90s music that's playing, and
yes,
zooming cameras, and
But even Clueless had that kind of like
cable knit sweaters.
Yes.
So
the kids in America.
I love it.
So I know
that song, I think of it.
Right?
Yeah, there are certain songs that you just like, you don't think immediately of anything else. Yeah.
After the intro, we see Robin Tunney's character Sarah on an airplane. She is moving to LA. It's very rainy in LA. I thought it was Seattle like the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
What happened like Tony lied when they said it never rained in Southern California, because apparently it's raining here all the time.
There was that one place in California where it rains
it's just monsoon season.
Yeah.
So they pull up to Sarah's new house. She is with her father, and then you quickly learn that the woman that is with them is either her
stepmom.
father. Is it her stepmom?
Yeah.
And wherever this house is, like every time they showed the house, I'm like, I would buy that. I would, under the Tuscan sun, that house.
Yes, it does
so
look like structurally it has Spanish tile. It definitely has
some work that needs to get done.
and some work that needs to get done.
It's
like
very leaky.
I'm gonna love it.
Yes, exactly.
You're gonna lift
I'm gonna lift it. I don't like it.
Really?
I don't like that Spanish style look.
Well, then luckily you're
not
in
California.
Yeah. Yes. And it was like it looked like it was kind of built into the side of a hill and had all the vines growing on it.
Bugs, there's snakes everywhere.
So she unpacks one thing from one box, and that is the picture of her mother.
One thing is she's like, oh, I'm done.
I need a rest. I'm gonna walk outside.
That picture frame gave me like Harry Potter vibes. I was just like waiting for the mom to move in the picture, and I was like, why do I feel this way? Was I the only one who thought about that?
No, because at the end she does.
Oh,
yeah, it does move. That's what gives her the strength.
Gotcha. So my brain was just actually remembering. It's rare, so I didn't know.
And then creepy snake man just wanders in.
All right. So
that's what happens when your doors are unlocked.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. 100%. I want to ask, is it really this man's fault, or was she being extremely dramatic?
Oh, she's a huge bitch.
So dramatic.
Horribly rude to him. He's a poor, crazy homeless man. You know he's got some sort of mental issue.
She tapped into her Karen so quickly.
No, I just want to share it with you.
I'm on the exact opposite opinion of some rando dude wanders in and is like, you want to pet my snake? I'm out.
But I'm not like falling on the floor crying and I can't even function. Like, it was so ridiculous. Like, I would have been like, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah,
it was not, like she was acting. Dad
comes in, but he comes in clutch. This is the second movie now where someone grabs a fire poker and is ready to fucking fuck shit up.
And then she gets real rude with Dad because she's like, I'm fine.
Like, no, you weren't.
You
asked for him to come.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it now before we really get into it. As an actress, love her. This fucking movie, her character. But I don't think I felt like that when I was younger. But now that I'm older and I have more wisdom, This,
Same.
she borderline Karen status for me. Thank you.
Yeah. You know what her deal is to me? She has she has final girl vibes, and I can't stand a final girl. They're always the wet blanket. They're always super irritating.
Yeah.
Like they're always a goody goody that you're just like, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. Like,
Yes.
that's Sarah.
Yes.
J Love and I Know What You Did Last Summer
Yeah.
all over again.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
It's
freaking
Sydney and Scream.
Oh. I hope she dies in the new one.
Don't say that about Sydney Prescott.
Well, I mean, I know we're into the movie, but let me just throw a few facts at you guys just to ground us. The Craft came out obviously in 96 and it went straight to the top of the box office. It had a budget of $15 million and made over $55 million worldwide.
Very nice.
Which is funny because the studio was giving a really hard time about whether or not they really wanted to do the movie. If you think about it, this was not the time of like She's All That when the teen movies were like really ramping up. This was also before Scream came out. So teen movies were not, those were a thing of the past. There was no more John Hughes kind of things.
Right.
And then to have not just teenagers, but 4 female teenage leads.
And then have them be witches.
Yeah, it was a big chance. And so it was difficult. but they got it made.
It was needed because we soaked that shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but that's a good point. 4 female leads and they're witches. That's asking a lot of the audience.
All right, Jackie. So are we at school now?
Yes.
Not Bonnie, sorry.
Sarah's being dropped off at Catholic school, like you do. And she walks in and you kind of see the 3 girls talking around the locker. Nancy has a noose in her locker that she's playing with. And
Nancy is a lot.
As her black friend, I would have been like, bitch, we can't do this.
Yeah.
Bitch, we can't.
It's not appropriate.
Rochelle.
Yeah.
Rochelle, I feel as if she was in the sunken place for a little bit.
She was. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And we see Bonnie, played by Neve Campbell, and her hair is greasy, and in her face, she's very shrunken into herself, wearing oversized clothing, and she's reading an almanac, and she's saying, the almanac's looking good for us, guys. Maybe we'll get a 4th. And then in walks Sarah. And so the next scene is Bonnie kind of creepy staring at Sarah, but Sarah is using her powers, it seems, to have a pencil stand up on its end, lead side down, and is like spinning it slowly. So Bonnie's like, the almanac was right. We must have her as our 4th.
Well,
she does that little gasp thing that I feel like
is
excellent at gasping. Like
yes.
But the gasp was so like, look at me, I'm watching.
Yeah.
It was so unnecessary.
It was.
But that pencil scene, they didn't use CGI. They actually just used like some Hollywood trickery to do it, which I thought was cool. They tried as much as possible not to use, because I guess a lot of the budget went to CGI later on. So they did a lot of different things to kind of play around with stuff.
The water walking part.
Yeah.
I feel like Neve Campbell does the inhale gasp, while Jennifer Love Hewitt does the exhale gasp.
And
and
the eyeball acting.
Oh, Jennifer Love Hewitt is an excellent eyeball actor.
The funny thing is, so you look at all of them in their roles. Originally, Robin auditioned for the role of Bonnie, and they were having a hard time casting Sarah's part.
Mm-hmm.
And then Neve came along and they were like, oh, we'll have her play Bonnie and we'll have Robin play Sarah. But Robin was like, nah, I'm good. And they're like, they had to convince her to take on the lead role. I think she like wasn't, I don't know what it was, if she wasn't ready for it.
Isn't she wearing a wig in this movie?
Yes.
Because of Empire Records?
She is. Yes.
Yes.
I love Empire Records, so.
We talked about this on our episode when we did it, because she shaved her head in real time in that movie. So it was still kind of growing back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes
it's a terrible wig.
It's a really bad
wig.
Yeah.
She needed some drag queens to help her get like a good lace front
she
wig.
Her lace is showing a lot.
Yeah, she went to the beauty supply store with no knowledge.
I blame it's not her job, it's everybody on the freaking staff. What was going on here?
For sure.
There was no budge for wigs.
I don't feel like in 1996 they were doing a lot of wigs for.
Look, if you had hired some black hairdressers, everybody.
I want to say white people, but I don't want to.
Everybody would have looked snatched 100%.
Yeah,
True.
for sure.
So now we are in silent. In Science Lab, Bonnie relays the tea to the rest of the girls, and she's like, she's the one. But then we go to lunch, and Sarah asks if she can sit with them, and they like give her shit.
The original Mean Girls, you can't sit with us.
Yes.
But I don't understand
Especially
because like
Nancy, she just like glares at her as she walks off.
So I do want to say that I think when I was watching this when I was younger, I thought Nancy was the bad guy in this movie. But now that I'm older, I can look at her character and realize that did she make bad decisions? Yes, but those decisions were led by a lot of trauma.
Yes.
She was a hurt, traumatized person. She found her people and those two girls that she could trust. She has learned over the years that other people she can't trust. So it makes a lot of sense that she wasn't going to be Mary Sunshine, open arms to this new bitch. And she's also the leader of the pack. She probably is finding some worth in herself with these other two girls, so she's not letting a new bitch in.
Yeah, especially one that can levitate her pencil. And
yes.
No, this bitch has real magic. From within. No.
Jackie started shaking her head because I guess I have a situation or
you have a tendency.
I have a tendency to always
side with the antagonist and everything. Taylor Vaughn from She's All That, she's like not mad at her. She's just doing Taylor Vaughn shit. I was like,
she was in her own zone. She was living her life, and this bitch comes into her situation.
We're still at lunch.
Okay.
And his name is Chris. I'm going to call him Billy for the rest of the episode. Thank
you. Yeah.
Skeet Ulrich, aka Chris in this movie, but really Billy Loomis from Scream, shows up and he's like already hitting on Sarah. I don't get his character.
No.
Yeah.
Like he's a fuckboy, but like a fuckboy that will like literally fuck anything? Question mark.
Well, I think that's pretty close to high school, because in high school, you had crushes on girls you wanted to date and wanted to bang, but also you were going after who you thought was
whatever you could get.
Because girls were locking it down a lot in high school. It wasn't as easy to get to. So yeah.
It wasn't.
So we meet Billy.
Episode. I just want
He refers to the other three girls as the bitches of Eastwick, which I kind of really enjoy.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite lines.
Yeah.
And then he said, Nancy's a major slut. Not that I would know.
Definitely knows.
Bonnie has burn scars, but I've never confirmed that. Like everything he was like saying, he'd be like, "Oh, but I don't know about that shit."
It's like that lady from what's the Not in Living Color? Like what did she say? Like, but you didn't hear that from me. Like, the
yes.
lady, I heard this. You didn't hear this from me.
But he doesn't say anything about Rochelle, does he?
He does not.
He ignores
Evidence.
Because she had just like, I get Neve Campbell had justification. She could hide her shit. Rochelle could not hide her shit. And fucking Lauren, whatever the fuck her name is, just was a hateful bitch. We'll get into that in a
we will. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, because what did I say this episode was called?
Bitch.
The Craft with Room 237.
Yeah.
Justice for Rochelle. Justice for Rochelle.
Yes.
Justice for Rochelle. She deserved better.
100%. So, and then he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, whatever. And he's like, oh, I'm busy. I have plans. I have football practice. I'm like, that was a weird way to approach.
But he doesn't just say that. He says, I have football practice and you can definitely come watch. And this dumb bitch, what next scene? She at the fences staring. I was so disappointed.
I was going straight home.
Yes.
I'm like, you want me to stand in the heat?
Nope, not at all.
No, thank you. I'm good.
I
don't even like football. Good days to you, sir.
It's a good day.
But when she's at that fence, that's when the girls approach her again. And I love how Rochelle tells Sarah that Nancy is sorry for how she treated her at lunch.
Yes.
First of all, Rochelle, your bitch ass wasn't saying hello either. So you need to say sorry. And same with Bonnie. But like Nancy can't apologize for herself.
No, because Nancy's not sorry.
Also doesn't even look remorseful. It's not like she's like, yeah, I'm sorry. Is he not sorry? Like Beyonce.
And then they noticed that Sarah has scars on her wrist from attempting suicide, and they like almost proudly are like, oh, you did it the right way.
Well, Bonnie does. I don't think the other girls say it with such jest. I mean.
And then that is so Robin Tunney's character Deb in Empire Records also tries to commit suicide, but hers are the wrong way.
Right.
Air quotes. They're horizontal instead of vertical.
Yeah.
So it was interesting that she played two characters back to back that had attempted suicide. And then they ask her to if she wants to go shopping. She says, I have no money. And they're like, oh, we got the 5-finger discount. She doesn't. And they go to their local witchcraft
store.
Shop.
Michael's.
And like, if I were that shop owner, I'd be like, no, like I'm posting your pictures on the window. You are not welcome.
You cannot come back in here. That shop owner awakened things in me that I didn't really know I had back in high school.
She was. Yeah.
I think she let those little bitches go. I think she let those little bitches go in there because she was in the back room saying, oh, get them. Like she was doing stuff to them later. She wasn't worried about them. When you were a powerful bitch, you don't worry about these little peasants. You'll get them later. And she did. I bet she put that whole shit in motion.
From the back, from behind the beads.
Behind the curtain, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She didn't have just like a table with like a fake, what's the little globy thing that they pretend to read?
Crystal ball?
Yeah, that thing. She didn't have a crystal ball. That bitch had like, she had like a dungeon situation back there.
A pentagram on the floor.
Yeah, like that was some serious shit.
Yeah.
She had a portal in the back.
He was over here fangirling over the store shop owner.
I love it.
But the thing that confuses me about the scene is that like Bonnie is telling Sarah to take this book or whatever, and then the store owner kind of like corners her, and she's like, you're gonna pay for that, or you like your friends? See, she's well aware about these little their antics. Exactly. But Sarah's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay for it. Didn't you just say you ain't got no money? Where did this money come from?
Indeed she did.
I'm confused.
Maybe she's got a credit card.
It was $20. It was a fresh bill with Andrew Jackson on it. Paused it. I looked.
Sarah ends up buying like a spell journal thing and some candles, and she does end up getting into it.
And the store clerk does, which I think is important. This is the first time there's emphasis that Sarah, unlike her cohorts, may be a natural witch.
Yes. And interestingly enough, Fairuza Balk, while she was researching the craft, she became familiar with a magic marketplace in Hollywood, and she eventually bought the store, and she continued to operate it until 2001 when she sold it. Yeah, that's it.
She sold it to two people who actually she hired to manage. So they, I guess, eventually were like, look, we love this place. And she sold it to them, which I thought was cool.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she said it's a misconception because of her acting persona, that she is Wiccan or like practices witchcraft. And she actually said she wasn't. She just liked the store and decided to buy it.
That bitch a lie.
I don't believe it. No, I believe it. She's a witch.
No, the reason I say this is because as we're like pulling all the research for this, the director says so often in like interviews that they did have they hired a witch practitioner, I guess you would call it, on set to like make sure things were accurate. But there were a lot of things that were ad-libbed or added because the director said Fairuza was into the Fairuza Salt. That's what I was thinking. Sorry. Fairuza. She was into the paganism and witchcraft. So there was a lot of things she was very knowledgeable in. And I'm not saying that maybe she just didn't learn a lot. But
you can't be like, oh, I have no interest in this at all.
It's a misconception. Hold on, let me stir my cauldron. Hold on. You a lie.
So they're leaving the store. Snake Man returns and he's pursuing Sarah. And all the girls are kind of like staring at him. And then bitch gets hit by a car. And they're excited because they're like, we did that. Me sitting in the theater knew what was going to happen. Did I do that too?
Yes, Jackie. Yes, you did. Yeah. You tapped into your witchcraft. That's what's up. But was that area like Skid Row or something? As soon as they like left the store, they were all like, get ready. Like they were going to be running through these people. And every single one of them, there's a bunch of beggars and stuff. And I was just like, what is this place?
Where are you?
Yes.
You're not at Cecil Hotel.
Clearly.
So then there is a discussion about Manon, who is, they described him as if God and the devil were the football teams, he would be the stadium.
What? I guess he was an older being, older than God and the devil. But apparently this being, they created it. He's not really in pagan scriptures. I don't know what to say, but I don't want to mess up anything because I know it is a religion. But they made it up because they just wanted to make sure that they weren't making anybody upset because they're trying to make sure that everyone felt respected. So
and then Nancy, you quickly find out that she is like really, really obsessed with invoking the spirit of Manon, and that's like her whole goal in life.
That's all she wants in life.
I think so. I'm no psychologist, but I believe that, you know, even when she's invoking his spirit, she talks about like, I'm your daughter now. I feel you in me. I feel like she's looking for a daddy.
Maybe
And
she got that stepdad that's crap.
Oh,
He's nasty.
trash.
But
I
they
don't feel the daddy vibes. I feel she wants him in her in a sexual way.
well, then that's really gross that she was like, and I'm your daughter now.
She's
Like,
nasty.
no. Oh no.
Nancy has some issues. She needs to work.
She
through.
does.
She does. She's
So now the next scene is Sarah's hanging out with Chris on a rooftop.
She dips on the girls because they start talking about, you know, mono, or I want to say mono. Mono.
Y'all bitches believe in the devil and shit. Like, I'm gonna go get some dick.
She was like, deuce. She was like, deuces, I'm out of here because y'all talking crazy shit. And then next thing you know, she's on the rooftop. Sorry, I just thought it was so weird. Good. Like,
and he's like trying to get more, and she's like, nah, I'm all right. I'm gonna head out. And so then the next day at school, she shows up and they're like, oh, he like told everyone that y'all slept together and it was the worst lay he's had, blah, blah, blah. He's fucking trash.
Fragile masculinity.
Yeah, and she like apologized to him. Like, bitch, this is my first day of school. I have known you.
That's a good point. Like, this is a real intense first day of school.
It really is. We got some witchcraft.
You killed a man. You shoplifted. Like, that's a lot.
You had two men coming after you with their snake.
With their snake.
And so then, she goes to talk to Chris, and he literally, the way he fucking talks to her, he's like, stop begging me, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, you know what, fuck you. And he goes, no, I'm good. Meanwhile, Breckin Meyer is like, I volunteer as tribute. And then Breckin Meyer goes, oh, she's gonna cry, and then I'm gonna cry, like making fun of her to her face.
Let me tell you,
all of the fragile masculinity in this movie.
There it is.
There ain't no way. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. I'd been like, hell yeah. We didn't have sex. That dude tried to pull out that small ass penis of his, and I was like, I'm not riding a little crayon dick. You know,
sure made fun of his dick in front of everybody.
For sure. Or like, well, we attempted to.
Like, I tried, but it was too small.
It lasted 20 seconds. And
yeah.
I don't even know if I can count that.
It doesn't. I didn't get all the way in because he
like, if we're lying here, let me turn into the one-up lady from SNL.
Yeah.
I could make it worse.
And this is why I think if we could go back to high school, it would be a totally different game.
I slept with him, but his daddy got better dick game than he does.
The next scene is Rochelle's just trying to live her life. She's a diver at the school. Once a bitch stops distracting her, she is.
We never see her get a good dive off.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
After the girl is
You're
gone.
right, when she gets her powers.
But I have to say this. At one point, Rochelle did dive well. And that little bitch saw her dive well. And that's where the bullying probably started. Because it was pure jealousy.
Yeah.
So
her only thing to bully poor Rochelle about too is her hair, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with her hair.
Rochelle has great hair.
It's gorgeous. Rachel True's hair is
like, why is this an issue?
Yes.
Why isn't it an issue?
Racism.
She's a racist bitch.
Yes.
She is a racist bitch.
But you know what? I want to say, like, when I saw this movie in high school, when the trailers came out, it was a no-brainer. But seeing that there was a Black girl in this movie, I 100%, that was like why I wanted to see it. And then when I was watching the movie, although I probably would have handled it a little bit differently than she did, I mean, somebody would have caught these hands, 100%.
Kim, you would have got your dishes with attitude, and I would have beaten the girl up after school.
Yeah, we would have beaten her up for sure.
100%. But I could relate to that because I had been ridiculed for, and when you're saying, Megan, that like it's her hair is beautiful, like so many people would ridicule me for this, just my natural features of being Black. And
you're right. Yeah,
it's insane. And here's the other thing. The thing to note is that Rochelle had curly hair. Now we can see a lot of Black women with natural curly hair, a lot of biracial women. If you listen to their stories, the hell they went through growing up, having curly hair and not knowing what to do and how to deal with it, because a lot of the answers for most Black women from an assimilation standpoint was, you got your hair permed.
Relax it. Yeah.
Right. But with her hair texture, like to perm that would have been so
a tragedy.
We're now in the locker room. And like you said, Laura, played by Christine Taylor, is just fucking relentless.
I never liked that bitch after that movie ever fucking again. I don't care if you marry Ben Stiller or Jesus, I fucking can't stand you.
I was just gonna say, you know who she's married to?
Yeah, I know.
Ben Stiller.
On site.
Are they?
On site.
Yes.
They're not together anymore.
No, they got back together. They didn't divorce.
Nah.
And then and Rochelle does confront her and she's like, why are you attacking me?
But I was like, Rochelle, can we talk? And this is how I know a white person wrote this script, one, a white male, because a Black person, if they're going to confront the situation, you're not fucking asking, why are you doing this to me? You, as a Black person who has been ridiculed forever, know why this is happening. This is the white perspective. And I definitely think that speaks to her entire arc and how quickly she was feeling guilty about certain things. Because for white people, when it comes to racism, all the work goes onto the Black person. So although this bitch is getting rightly what she deserves, Rochelle now is feeling guilty. Why would she feel like that's not even a natural progression for anybody who's being bullied, one, and definitely not for a Black person who's been dealing with some racist bullshit. I would have been like,
bullied so relentlessly.
Yes.
So clearly, right? Like
I would have
an ounce of remorse.
Where are the teachers too? None of the teachers are like, hey, cut it out. They're just letting it happen.
And her fucking
clearly they're at South Lake High School.
Well.
And her friends. Like, let's not they brushed that aside. They knew this bitch was doing harmful shit to her, and they never talked about it. There was never a dialogue. So
I feel like friends wouldn't say anything because she's clearly the queen bee of their little group. So, your little friend hangers on want to stay in the cool group, so they're not going to try and stir the pot.
I feel like
I mean Rochelle's friends.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking. Okay.
I feel like Nancy would have been the first one, like,
for sure,
fucking with my bitch. Like,
does Rochelle not tell them? Maybe they have to know, right?
I don't know, and I don't even know if Nancy would be as angry for social justice, or she's just I want to beat some ass just at all times. So just give me a reason. Any reason?
Yes.
I'm just looking for a reason.
She goes after Chris really quick, I think, and she's not even that close with Sarah. I mean,
Well, Chris also she had a sexual relationship with, and she was carrying around her own issues with him.
For sure. But I mean, at the same time, she's very close with Rochelle, so you would think she would be right in there,
I think that I think this also speaks to, again, who is writing the movie and the nuances that is needed. If you are, I'm not going to completely tear them down for this, because even the actress Rachel True has talked about when she got the movie and she found out her storyline like a little bit later on. Not initially, she was supposed to have like an eating disorder when the character was white. She had to fight her management team to even get an audition for it because the character was white. But they hired her. They changed the role. And then when they hired her to be Black, they incorporated the storyline of being ridiculed by racism. And at the time, she was really upset because she was just like, why is this a part of my storyline? But I commend them for highlighting it and bringing it to the forefront. It's just they didn't have the skills and the nuance to be able to really, if you're going to talk about race, you need to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
96 though, I mean, they were doing what they could, I guess.
Yeah. But then in like follow-up, like she recognized how important it was in the movie, but then she was also left out of promotional advertisements, press junkets. All three of the other girls got invited to the MTV Movie Awards. She did not that year.
Yeah. And she was very vocal about it too. Like, I'm clearly being treated differently, and I am one of the main stars of this movie.
Yeah. And then even in recent years, she's been left out of cast reunions at cons and festivals.
So here's my beef with that. So when it was happening in the 90s, I could totally understand the girls not understanding her like situation. In their minds, they didn't think it was race. They thought it was, I'm more famous than you. They had been established in other projects. Now the problem is for Fairuza. Why do I want to keep on calling her? Did I say it right? Fairuza?
No. Fairuza.
Fairuza. My God, get that K out. Fairuza has been the one who's been keeping it real. Rachel True has not talked poorly about Robin or Neve, but she has stated that Fairuza is the only one who kind of gives her a heads up that, hey, I'm signing this contract. They're asking for us to be at these conventions, and letting her know so her people can approach the same conventions and be like, what about, Rachel? Wow. And they're still not adding her on. So for me, I would be calling out the other two girls, because if you talk about like feminism and all this, you have an opportunity right now to make this make sense. Like, none of you guys should be signing deals unless all of us are a package deal.
They have a responsibility, I would think, too, to say something.
Yeah.
Not just opportunity. I think you have, if you were in a position where you have privilege. You should then say something if you see something wrong.
Yeah.
That you can make a difference on it. And this is something they could make a difference on if they said
absolutely
something.
So it just saddens me because Rachel True and Rochelle went through hell in the movie and outside of the movie.
I didn't know all that. That's sad.
But I still give props to Rachel True, because she's now that we're having this 90s renaissance, a lot of people are giving her props, and she's talking about things openly, and that she's always been open about the discrimination and has not silenced herself. So people are aware that this is happening. So I give her props for that. And I give her props for representing at a time when we didn't have a lot of representation, even if it was a small role.
And she was actually the first one cast after lobbying for the role. The director said, thanks to her funny quality and her beauty, and the rest of the girls were cast over the following few months.
Funny quality? What does he mean by that? Like,
she has a natural humor. Yeah.
Okay. Like, was she funny, or was something weird happening? She's a little funny.
I think she had like a natural humor, so they changed her character, but it took 9 months for them to cast all four girls. It took a while.
And then, okay, so next scene is poor Bonnie. She's going in for an experimental procedure, and it's essentially a needle, a huge ass, thick ass needle.
So weird.
And it is just like painstakingly slowly going and penetrating her scars. And she's trying to keep it together. Her mom's there. Her mom's kind of checking on her. And eventually she just like lets out this heart-wrenching scream because it just hurts so badly. And so then that ends that scene. And then we see Nancy at her house. I don't know if they didn't show it or if I missed it. It seemed like a trailer.
Yes.
Yeah. And kind of her living dynamic, again with the leaky roofs. And then see her mom's yelling at the stepdad. The stepdad is lounging on the couch, like not contributing anything. And so you kind of see that Nancy's living situation isn't that great and is probably contributed to the trauma in her life, which has resulted in this persona that.
And I think that they show us this part in this way because now you're seeing every girl and what their issues are. Yes. And I really feel like the writers dropped the ball here because they almost made Sarah's character kind of vapid or just overly privileged in a sense where these girls are dealing with real hardcore issues.
Real life shit. Yeah.
And like Sarah's issue is that a boy said she was a bad leg.
Yeah.
Right. It would have, I don't want to add sexual assault because I kind of hate that to like move a story along for just the hell of it. But like, let's talk about why this bitch tried to kill herself. Let's talk about her depression.
I think it was attributed to what she says later in the movie where she just said everything I touch turns to shit. Like she had the powers and like they would backfire on her.
Yeah.
And she was just living in this world where she was making things happen but couldn't really control it all that well, and it was resulting in some pretty traumatic events, I think, for her. And then she also said that she had like all these nightmares about spiders and snakes and bugs like that as well. So I think she was more like her power is actually what was her trauma.
Yeah.
Not so much like Billy happened to be like side piece. The next day, they're like, hey, let's go on a field trip. And it's like a regular bus. It's not a school supported field trip. And the driver looked a lot like Mario from Super Mario Brothers.
What?
I don't know. That's what he reminded me of.
I didn't notice that. That makes me laugh.
As they're getting off of the bus, he goes, watch out for weirdos. And Nancy turns around and says, Mister, we are the weirdos. Which I really love that scene too.
Great. Yeah, it is. It's the best one from the movie, pretty much. Or it's like the most iconic one.
Yes. The whole point of them taking their little field trip is to go out in the nature and do another little charcuterie chantings. And this is also when they do the ritual to become a coven, since they have their fourth. And so they have to prick their finger, and
that's when I'm out. Like I'm ready gang over this whole witchcraft thing, y'all. But the minute you tell me to start sharing my blood, I'm out.
You're out.
I would prick my finger, but I'm not trying to drink other people's blood.
That's where I'm at. Like, I would prick my finger. Like, you can have my blood a little bit, but like I'm not.
I don't want nobody sucking on my blood either.
No. Like, did we all like go and get full blood workup panels to make sure everything's
HIV was still around?
Yes,
it was serious then.
I need a full on panel.
And not to be judgy, but judgy Nancy.
She doesn't look 20.
She looks like she plays fast and loose on a lot of shit.
A lot.
She does.
I'm not trying to drink Nancy blood.
No. And so then this is when they kind of call upon the spirits in their individual plight. So Rochelle's is tolerance, Sarah's is love, Bonnie's is beauty both inside and out, and Nancy's going straight for I want that power.
Yeah.
I'll take everything.
I also love that they are all an element, and their elements from a zodiac perspective match their characteristics. So Sarah is an earth, she's earth, Rochelle is water, Nancy is air, and then Bonnie is fire. They've gotten their powers, right? Or they've solidified their coven together.
Correct. And it's the next day, they're in school again, and Chris is like, hey guys, what's up? What can I do for you? What's going on? Sarah, what's happening? And they're like,
yeah.
And so he's just carrying fucking everything. His friends are like, want to carry my shit too? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, he is like whipped at this point.
Whipped as shit.
Yes. And the next scene is they're having a little sleepover at Bonnie's house. And apparently they've never played light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Did you guys play that? Seriously?
Yeah.
I mean, I think I did once, but I was like, this is bullshit.
Well, I did after watching this movie.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't remember. I know I've done it.
Well,
I had to be younger than this because I would have been like 15 when this came out. So I had to have been younger.
Yeah, I think I did it before this movie. After this movie, I was too old to be doing that stuff.
Like, you put your fingers where? I'm like, have you played this game? You know.
Tell me more. And so they try it out with Rochelle and they lift her up, but they're actually invoking magic. And so they remove their hands and Rochelle's just chilling. And she's like, this shit ain't working. And then looks around and she's like, oh, fuck it is.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the most iconic scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
But apparently, like, they had to do a lot. So there is some sort of tray mold of Rachel True's body for her to like lay in, and there was a pole coming up through the flooring, and so it was almost like hydraulics. But the tray was under her clothes. And they use green screen to kind of be able to take everything out. And so that's how it pretty much went. And Rachel True, when she got interviewed about it, she was just more concerned that the tray being under her clothes were going to make her look bulky and that her hips were going to look bigger. I was like, bitch, you skinny. Stop it.
Yeah, she's super skinny.
Yeah.
You could tell it's green screen though. It's very
And then at the end of that scene, when she falls back to the floor, she's giggling and she says, you've got to try this. And that was an ad lib from Rachel that they left in the movie.
Nice.
And so then the next, I wrote mom getting high. I'm like, when did the mom get high? But she asks them if they are getting high.
I'm sorry. She had to have
some towels.
She had to have seen that bitch floating. My mom would have been like, burn all these goddamn candles. Yeah.
Oh, she'd be like, Jackie, gotta get out.
Yeah.
She didn't like me as it is. I had to sneak in, sneak out.
My mom loves Jackie now, and towards the end of high school she got better, but she
there was a period of time. So Danielle's mom was an ICU was an ICU nurse, and so she would work like swing shift and she'd be gone all night, and so I would literally go stay the night at Danielle's house after Christine left.
No, she would be home. She just worked 12-hour shifts, so she was so exhausted she'd pass out. and you would come in when she was sleeping. Like I was sneaking Jackie in like she was my dude. Like I was about to get some dick in or something. No. But she was bringing in slushies and we were watching movies that we got from Blockbuster. It was a sad thing.
But she loves me now.
Yeah.
I'm sometimes her favorite child, which I love.
Well, it's true. I'm not even gonna argue that 100%.
And the next thing we see is a montage of slow girl walking in the hallways at school, like
classic
you do.
90s.
Yes,
100%.
I love a good slow montage.
And as Sarah walks by Laura, I just thought she grabbed a strand. She had a whole chunk.
It's big.
It was real big. I was like, is there scalp attached to that? That was a huge piece.
I would have gotten my hand like real into it and then swung out into the locker, had her crash right into there, and then had a good and be like, girl, I don't know, my ring got cut in your hair. It's so crazy.
And then the next scene we see Sarah braiding that piece of hair into Rochelle's hair as they're like doing their little incantation. And then shortly after that, Rochelle's up on the diving board like, what's gonna happen? And Laura takes that swim cap off and her hair be falling out.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
Like a big
and Rochelle's like, that's what I thought. Perfect dive.
Yeah, and her coach was like, oh damn.
Yeah,
he was. He's like, oh shit. Okay.
But I blame his bitch ass because he should have really reamed that damn bitch and said, you need to shut the fuck up, or you're off the team.
See something, say something, fucker.
Also, did y'all notice how infected Laura's head looked? It just felt good.
I love
it. Did not. There were
her braids are like all in her head, like, oh my god, what's wrong? I would have been like, bitch, you need to go to the nurse.
I would have they're so kind. I think the worst that can happen is your hair can fall out. I would have thrown lye at that bitch. I would have thrown acid on that bitch. I would have stomped that bitch out. I would have drowned that bitch. I would have taken her eyeball out. I would have dragged her across the street. I would have slept with her daddy and take pictures. I would have drugged her. I would have given her pills to make her shit on herself. I would have taken rabbit poo and put it in a cake and say it was chocolate chips. I would have done so much to this bitch. I'm done.
They are kinder, way kinder.
Yes.
And
they just make her hair fall out.
And for legal reasons, I have not done any of those things.
But a bitch would. And the next thing we see is Bonnie is at her follow-up appointment. And this scene stuck out so Bonnie's at her checkup appointment. This is a scene that stands out in Y2K Jackie's brain because I think I just really liked like when you peel a sunburn off and stuff. So the fact that our scars were just creepy. Like peeling off, I'm like, ooh, that looks like fun.
Kim loves to peel a sunburn.
I do. I really do. Like if I can get it to come off in like sheets.
Yes.
Y'all are gross. I'm gonna say it. Y'all nasty.
Yeah.
And the confidence in which Bonnie busts into class.
So did
stuff.
She sure did.
Did Neve Campbell always have big boobs like that? I was like, is she in big titty club with me? She had some bazookas.
But they were bouncing.
They were
banging
full.
Well, I mean, she did wear a muumuu and scream, so you really couldn't see shit.
And then she always had the jacket over her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. How did I miss that?
And then everyone's praising Sarah. You did it, Sarah. Okay. Question. When you watch this, in the 90s, did you in your brain think they're just feeding off of Sarah's powers? Because I did.
I for sure did.
I never thought about it.
I didn't think about it, and I see now after doing the research that's how they were intending it to be, because you couldn't tell me the black girl didn't have natural witchcraft powers. You still can't fucking tell me that, because that don't make no sense. You telling me 3 white bitches and the black bitch and the white bitch got the powers? Nah.
You're like,
Nah.
And Nancy's salty because she asked for too much and it wasn't happening. And she was upset.
Yeah, she's the only one that like her powers aren't coming true.
About it, yeah.
But then
you ask for everything. You literally ask for all the power.
It might take him some time to get you that, baby.
Right. Give him a chance.
Start small.
But then you see she does have a little something, because her stepdad is arguing with her mom. Things start to get physical and she screams, lights flicker, fire happens in the toaster oven, and her stepdad has a heart attack. He did.
Thank goodness.
My favorite part about this movie is when he dies and they get this $175,000 life insurance and they act like they're now like billionaires.
Okay, so I thought about that and I judged it heavily too, because I'm like, yo, broads, that can't even last a year. You know, like, what are you gonna do
in California?
Right.
But we have to penthouse.
We have to look at inflation. I want to know how much that is now.
Okay.
I know Jackie's mathing.
I'm not mathing. You know I'm not good at the math. It almost reminds me of when Joey gets hired on Days of Our Lives on Friends, and he gets that apartment by himself, and then like he buys all of like the crystal animals and stuff, and then he has all these like bills. It gave those vibes, although the mom only bought a couch and a weird ass lamp
and a jukebox that played only Connie Francis.
Yes.
Okay, I looked it up.
Okay,
that's what I do. It's $296,000.
Okay, so they had us wrong. Yeah, they were gonna be back in that trailer park in a few months.
Yeah, it's not real. That's not realistic.
No.
Did you get some fries?
The next scene we see is another sleepover. They're performing more rituals and kind of getting more into it because they know it works now. And Sarah changes her eye color. And even like 14, 15-year-old Jackie was like, really, Sarah? Really? That's what we're doing?
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
You have contacts nowadays.
But then, yeah, exactly. But then we have
your picture.
Yes. Then we get, you need something more grandiose. And the fucking CGI when she changes, like, I don't even think it's CGI. I think they just put lights on her to change her hair. That's what it looks like.
She looked dusty. Terrible. She looked dusty.
It is.
But so 1996 Megan was hella impressed.
Were you really impressed? Were you like, whoa, oh my god, damn, dude, world star.
That's a cool trick she just did.
Yeah. I was mad that they were that Bonnie was very dismissive to Rochelle when she was like, oh, turn my hair blonde. And she was like, no, I'm gonna need you and your back burns to stay in your place.
Just because you're cute now, like, we can play this game.
Okay, you dusty bitch.
Dusty bitch.
And then and then everyone's like, oh, do me, and Sarah's like, okay, what y'all want? And Nancy asked for a smaller ass. I'm like, girl, you're like a size 0.
Thank you, Jackie, because when I heard this shit, I was like, what?
A smaller ass.
But you have to remember, these
90s.
girls weren't the ones who wrote this fucking script.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you were in the 90s, like the heroin chic.
Mm-hmm. That
Yes.
real like
Yeah.
point.
Heroin chic. Anorexia is what it was.
Yeah, for sure.
I look at old pictures, I see my collarbone crisp and ready to come out of my skin.
I would like to see my collarbone crisp.
Me too.
That collarbone has been seen in a minute.
I put an APB on my collarbone for the last 20 years.
I just have a headstone that says R.I.P. Jackie's collarbone.
It is no more.
Yeah.
It is no longer with us. The next scene is Chris standing outside 3 a.m. hollering at Sarah's window because boy got it bad.
Oh, he's got it real bad now. Like,
This is
he
when
wants
the spell
to move
starts
in
turn.
together. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, nah,
Maybe
bro.
we should get married.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And the next day she's like, I got to problem solve this shit because
This is
too
getting
real
out of
too
hand.
fast.
Yeah.
So they go back to the store and she asks, how do I undo a love spell? And pretty much Hot Witch Lady says, you can't close those floodgates once they're open. Sorry about it. And so Sarah's like, well, fuck.
And she
And then-
told them that there's a cost of magic and you get things back threefold, which I kind of feel like, was there not a warning label on this magic pill that we've been taking and playing with?
They skipped the first chapter of the book and went right to the spells.
Oh, dumb ladies.
Yeah. The next scene is, and in that same scene, there's a discussion about there really isn't any black magic. It's all kind of fluid, but it does come back to you threefold. So you need to be aware of what you're doing.
Careful.
It's a balance,
Bring
can't
balance
have one
to
with
the
the
force.
Yeah, you can't have one without the other. Initially, actually, that's the best way to describe it. It is literally like the Force in Star Wars.
Mhm.
Things are not good or necessarily bad, or there needs to be a balance. It's really how you decide to use it. The Force is just neutral, and
And Nancy's like, hey, this really crazy book, I'm gonna buy it. And Lily's like, that's pretty fucking advanced, but give me $25.
Before she even says give me $25, the girl's like, I got money, bitch. Let me pay for it. I was like, aggressive.
She's got that $175K burning a hole in her
Right?
Yeah, right. So this is not a 5-finger discount, not this time.
Not this time.
She needed
We
a
got
money manager.
Connie Francis jukebox money now. We The next scene is they go to the beach, and that's what inspired Nancy to buy the book. Is she flipped to this page and the picture started moving a la Harry Potter, where it was like the ocean and lightning. So she's like, yes, this is the one is speaking directly to me. And so they go to the beach to do this incantation. They all have an animal that represents themselves. And so
Rochelle has a fish. Bonnie has a butterfly in a jar. Sarah has a bird in a cage. And Nancy has a snake in a jar.
Why Rochelle's gotta be a clownfish? That's what it was.
A clownfish?
I'm watching you, writers.
Right.
if you could pick a replacement fish for Rochelle, what would it be?
A piranha.
They don't live in the ocean. Well, I guess
Whatever.
You have to live in the ocean.
Snapping on
Yeah,
them
that's true.
hoes. You come near me, I'm tearing you apart.
And so they do the incantation, and it's Nancy struck with lightning. I guess.
Yeah, why didn't anyone talk about that? Did y'all not think that was weird?
Did you see what I see?
Yeah, like
Did everyone pass out afterwards and then
Yes.
they like awoke on the beach the next day? But it seemed like Bonnie had been awake for a while.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because Rochelle's like awakened, but Bonnie is just like, I've been up for a few hours. Like,
I've just been watching this shit. Like, yo, Nancy, crazy shit happened with Nancy.
I watched the sunrise.
She's walking on water. She got struck by lightning. I haven't done shit about it. I've just been watching, but
I'm just beautiful now, and I'm good.
yeah.
I'm gonna chill. And so, yes, Nancy is walking on water, and then they hear sirens, and so they kind of look down the beach, and all these poor sharks are beached and dead.
And this is the moment that I had to say, I started to waver on my 100% support of Nancy. I do understand it's from a place of pain, but bitch, you are ecstatic right now.
She is so overjoyed. It's beautiful. These are my gifts.
And she's taking the blood too from the whale or the shark and like wipe it. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, no, Nancy,
she literally says, she says, they're beautiful. They're a gift. They're my gifts.
No, this is the best part. Then she says, I can feel him in me. Oh, Nancy, calm the hell down.
Yikes, I can feel him running through my veins.
I've never been that excited for nobody to be inside of me.
I'm holding out for Chris Evans. Christopher Jamal Evans.
I still don't think I would have this fucking reaction. That was some weird shit.
Yeah.
America's ass, Danielle.
His ass is not inside me. I'm just saying.
You can be inside that ass, though.
Oh, okay.
It's the seltzers.
We've had a few.
And then we see Sarah's kind of regretting her life choices.
She's taking the walk of shame from the horrible situation she had last night.
And that wig is at peak terribleness.
Yeah.
Like the wig in that scene was horrible.
I wanted to get some oil sheen and just spray it. Baby, it's dry, baby. It's dry.
And essentially she says, all I wanted was for him to like me. And now like he'd be crazy. And she also says Bonnie has turned completely narcissistic, and Bonnie's like, who, me? Like,
am I
like I expected to have her like with a hand mirror just like staring at herself. What's she saying about me?
No, isn't she more like, I can't help it that I'm hot, fuck off.
Yeah.
She pretty much is like, bitch, I have been like the Hunchback of Notre Dame for like 10, 20 years. Fuck you. Yeah. I'm living my hot girl summer.
I'm not mad at Bonnie, honestly.
No. Bonnie was having hot girl summer before hot girl summer existed.
Bonnie, like, here's the thing, like, first, yes, she did have scars, but it didn't change like her body or face or anything. Like,
and honestly, weren't they just on her back? Wear a fucking shirt.
Yeah. I think it was just her, and she was in her head and just doing it.
And it's funny that you said she's had scars for 10 or 20 years when she's supposed to be a high schooler, because all of these teen actresses were in fact in their 20s at the time of filming. And Rachel True was almost 30 years old.
Black don't crack.
Yeah.
Black don't crack.
It's the
melanin. Crack. Because that bitch was looking straight 15. You know.
I love it. So the next scene is light color, throwing things out of that. Oh, she warns them, like, we've thrown things out of balance. It's going to come back to us threefold. We need to be careful. And they're like, We got what we want. We good.
They clearly were like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Right. Mm-hmm. Everything's going great.
Yes.
Things are going very well.
And this is when they're driving in this scene. I think about this scene weekly. Like since I was 15 years old. Anytime I'm at a red light, I'm like, I wish I had Nancy green light powers. Like every time I'm like, oh, I wish I could just be, oh, no traffic for me. Thank you. Good day. But on the other hand, I'm like, you need to change those lights way like further back so that you don't risk someone running through that intersection.
Yeah, it's a little risky.
I'm still doing the money math in my head with this one.
With this car,
she's in her brand new convertible.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that car had to be at least $50,000
for sure, and the apartment was way more than
$1.5 million.
Yeah.
In the Connie Francis
plus the jukebox, right?
Yeah,
that one is priceless.
And did they pay for the condo outright and they don't have a mortgage anymore? Or like what's happening?
They couldn't afford a mortgage. They had to have paid for it outright.
So they broke now.
They're still
they're hood rich now.
Yes, they are.
Like,
so then
I was just thinking that ain't got no job.
This next scene. Go ahead.
I know.
Do it.
Na 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 na. Had to. I couldn't get it out.
The next scene we see is a very sad Laura in the shower because she's not pretty anymore.
Let me tell you.
Still, Laura, you can wear a wig, which she does later, and it's terrible. You cannot.
It's a party wig.
Mm-hmm. So you're telling me this Black girl who has been racially targeted, and this is how I think they've in the media, especially, that it's always speaking to Black people in a way where you don't get angry at what's happening to you. You don't retaliate. You are good, and you should turn the other cheek and be feeling bad, like you feel bad for this person. And they didn't just do it in Rochelle's situation. Also with Chris has multiple attempts of sexual assault throughout this movie. And somehow the writers were able to turn him into a victim. So all the people that were doing actually atrocious shit, and these girls were right. They should have had vindication for what they were going through. And yet these people doing the atrocities are the victims. Like Rochelle I would have taken up all those hairs and like, I would have sprinkled it on that bitch and said, maybe you can glue it back on, motherfucker. And I would have walked away. Like, there's no way. I'm not feeling a shred of guilt about that shit.
Nope.
Not one
and
ounce.
It's still not anywhere near the realm of like, yeah, you're bald. You can still like cover up, you can hide it, it'll grow back, whatever. Like that, I can't take my Blackness off. Like, this is me every day, all day. Right. And you are treating me horribly just because I don't look like you. Right. Like, it's like in no way comparable at all.
One instance, like, right, it's years of abuse from like this woman. Yeah. So
and she's not ever like, Rochelle, I'm so sorry I treated you this way. She's just like, look at poor pitiful me. I don't have hair.
Like, I am ugly now.
The caucasity in which she says, what did I do to deserve this?
Oh, yes.
Let me tell you, bitch. On this day, I would have been, there's like
all the receipts.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was just like, good for you, bitch. But now that I have more context and I'm older, the anger is so fiery, boiling in my skin watching this white woman in her white tears being the victim after she has verbally assaulted this woman. Fuck you and your hair too.
Fuck you and fuck Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller didn't even do anything.
He
No matter.
didn't do anything.
Now we see, oh, and also in this scene, we get that really cool Rochelle standing in front of a mirror and she turns her head and the mirror's like slightly behind her.
Mm-hmm.
So like shit ain't balanced, shit ain't right. Someone's watching.
But why is she the first one to get the repercussions of it? Was she the first one to, because it should have been, if you're doing chronological, it should have been Sarah that started to feel the repercussions or the
But she already did, because like Billy is obsessed with her and like,
oh yeah, she is freaking out about that. But yeah.
Billy's going through it.
Yes.
Billy's going through it.
I would have told him to drive his car over a cliff.
He's about to get real creeps.
Yeah. He finally wears her down. She agrees to go to dinner with him. Way to stay strong, Sarah.
Yeah.
Fuck you. And they haven't even made it to dinner. They're just parked in his car. And he's like, can I give you a back rub? Can I do this? Can I do that? Like, and she's trying to tell him like, hey, do you know why you feel like this? Like trying to like talk some sense into him. He's not hearing anything she's saying.
Nope.
He's just like, what's the quickest way I can get into her pants?
Yeah.
And it's not great. And then she gets out of the car, as one should, and she starts running away from him, and now he's actively chasing her. She falls, he gets on top of her, and he is trying to like unbuckle his belt.
I think he does unbuckle. I feel like he was ready. I thought, oh my God, is there a rape scene in this?
Started to like,
yeah,
right? Like his pants were off. He was making motions.
And she is able to knee him in the crotch and get away. She shows up at, I thought it was Rochelle's house, but but Rachel True says they never, I guess maybe you just
don't see her. You don't see her parents, but you do go.
That's
She
true.
She did go to her house. There was a scene that they filmed with her parents. She had, she called them stodgy, I think, kind of bougie parents. But it got cut. But she felt a kind of way because all the other girls, you got to meet their parents.
Yes. You got to see all of their home lives except for.
And then Rochelle. They said, oh, Rochelle, we didn't have time. Really?
They had time.
Yeah, the time.
They had time.
You had Breckin Meyer.
Right. You could have cut out his scenes.
So she goes, she's obviously upset because she's just been sexually assaulted, and the girls are like, I feel like they're sympathetic, but Nancy's like, hold my beer. Like he's at a party. I'm going to go. I'm going to fuck shit up.
Right. And Nancy did tell her from jump, this man can't be trusted. He tried to hurt me. Like, if I met friends for the first time and the girl tells me, and this is girl code.
Yeah.
He tells
always
me
girl code.
That he tried to hurt her multiple times. Just that we're done. We're as deaded. I'm not trying to talk to this guy.
Or he sleeps with anything with a hole, like stay away from him.
Stay away. Red flags.
Yes.
She doesn't want him though. She just wants him because he didn't want her.
Because he didn't want her.
Yeah.
But it was weird because
want her.
It was like it was at first she was the denier, but then like he pulled that shit at school, which made her actually want to like.
I would have been raging after what he did. Like my wish would have been for him to suffer, not to follow me around. Again, the writers.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's why she was
I'm like, I hope his dick falls off.
Right.
Or shrinks 3 inches.
And that goes back to, I think, again, a male writer from a male perspective thinking, oh, she just, she would want him. No girl who has dealt with this abuse from this man in less than like a week is going to want him to be obsessed with her. Like we already
like picture that she had, that she had taken from somewhere. Like it's too much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Way too
100%.
Also, she doesn't know him. Like you said,
right.
Day one she met him, he was been a dick. Okay, get over it, move on.
Yeah, he slut shamed her the second day, and now all of a sudden she's in love.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
He ain't that cute, Sarah. Move
Not
on.
in this movie.
He's no Billy Loomis.
Yes, he is, but he doesn't have that washed up Johnny Depp vibe.
Yeah.
In this movie.
Sam's choice, Johnny Depp.
Sam's choice too. Johnny Depp.
So Nancy shows up to the party. He's still like, oh, you seen Sarah? Like, he doesn't even register that he tried to fucking rape her. And Nancy's like, yeah, sure, come upstairs so we can talk. Goes into a bedroom. Side note, a random fire is lit in a random room. Like, who's tending to that fire? Are the thoughts?
High school kids, not a bunch of drunken high schoolers.
No. These are the thoughts grown-up Jackie has now. Is like, why would you even start a fire in that room? Now you got to clean the fireplace. You got to throw more logs on. It's a whole fucking thing.
Part of upkeep.
Yes.
That takes me out of the movie.
And so, what does he say?
He pretty much rejects her. Like he
he
does not want her. He has made it very clear he doesn't want her. He's actually quite disgusting to her. And you could, so now it's beyond, like, it becomes clear that she probably still, even though he has talked shit about her and has been an asshole and had sex with her, they had a situation. It wasn't just like a one-off. Yeah, she still, she actually has feelings, which for her makes sense versus Sarah, because there's history. Mm-hmm. And the way he rejects her is pretty.
And it mirrors her, what she knows of her like mom and her stepfather's relationship too. So that made sense. But he says, I don't want to get my dick bitten off. And she's
not in the mood to get his dick bitten off.
Not in the mood tonight.
Not tonight.
Maybe Thursday.
He launches her off of the bed and she's like, okay, claws come out. She turns herself into Sarah. And he's like, oh, Sarah, you're here. Like,
I'm so confused about, like, was she there to get revenge and make him suffer, or was she trying to like sleep with him? I don't understand the motives.
How drunk does he have to be? Like, I've been drunk, but like
he's a high school boy.
I guess.
But she was there to have some revenge and some sex.
Yes.
Revenge with a little side of
She was like, let me kill two birds with one stone. I'll go ahead and get some meat, and then I'll get that revenge.
Kill. And then I was like, so now Nancy's about to rape Billy, who is trying to rape Sarah. Like, it was a whole
it was a rape circle that needed to end immediately.
Yes. And so the other three girls show up. Sarah goes upstairs to find Billy and Nancy. She walks in. He's very confused. And like, woo. And so then he looks back up and Nancy's back to Nancy and
blows him a little kiss.
He goes, you're a witch, bitch.
You said that at the beginning, like, this is new information.
The rumors are true, motherfucker.
And really, Nan spills the tea at this point. I got tired of writing her whole name, so then I just started writing Nan. And she's like, hey, Sarah put a love spell on you. Sorry about it.
Sorry about you.
Yeah. And so then there's like an argument Nancy loses her damn mind, loses control of her powers, and her powers boot Billy out the window.
And there was no soft grass landing neither.
No.
Cement pavement.
R.I.P. Billy.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
but not really, because you're a garbage person.
Yeah, you're.
But then here we go again, like Sarah saying, "Oh, poor, like you killed somebody, and now you judging me, bitch. You judging me."
He sexually assaulted you, so he pretty safe to bet he's done it to other girls.
For sure.
Slut shamed you. Like, he was not a good person. He would not continue to be a good person and see the error of his ways.
Right.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, not that on this podcast we do not say that you should kill people who are doing wrong. You should not take things into your own hands.
But in the movie,
all of this is hypothetical. Don't
I see
us.
her point. Right. So like Danielle said, the next day, like Sarah's real sad about it, but Sarah's internalizing that like every time like shit happens, people die, like
it's all about Sarah.
Yeah.
It's all about her.
I mean, she's got the power.
She's
but
the
then things kind of take a shift because now all three girls are ganging up on Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
And when I watched this originally, I was like, that's, poor Sarah. But now that I look back at it, the other girls are like, we're ride or dies. And Sarah out here looking like she about to snitch. She's judging us.
She really is, isn't she?
She's for sure.
Right. She's freaking out. I'm like, we just got all these fucking powers. Shit's really working in our favor right now.
It's not like she's feeling like she's still part of the group and that she's judging everybody, that she's better than everybody. And they've all made poor decisions. And obviously, what's her name? Crazy leg. Nancy has gone off the rocker, but like you should be working it out with them. So yeah, now they're ganging up on her because she a snitch. So they corner her in the bathroom and they're like, and now apparently Nancy has the power to actually hear Sarah's thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And
and they're projecting into Sarah's dreams.
Yes, they're fucking with Sarah. And Sarah's acting like a little whiny bitch for real.
Like, you've got like some real magic in you too, girl, though. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Literally the last half of the movie is Sarah being a whiny, whimpering, weak ass bitch until the very last few minutes of the movie. It is quite disgusting to see. And she does quite a lot of running. Phoebe from Friends running.
Yes, for sure. Flailing.
Yeah, it's sad.
So she does go to Hot Witch Lady's store and asks her for her advice. And the lady tells her, like, you are a natural witch, like you have power.
Before that, she tries to buy Nancy's powers.
That's right. Yes.
And that I think is like, okay, bitch.
You came for me.
Because yes, Nancy's a little off her rocker. She should have been trying to figure out how to help her. But you have now taken upon yourself that you think that you own this power instead of naturally just letting shit go. Like, you are the judge and jury and you have the right to like bind this woman's powers. And so I say to Nancy, go ahead, get that bitch. Like,
get her.
Yeah.
Well, I always saw it as, I think Sarah knew that they were like feeding off of her power. And so she's like, I've pretty much like opened this Pandora's box.
Yeah.
I need to do something to like reel it back in.
She should have been looking for a spell to pull the powers away from them.
I
instead
think
of
that's
binding
why
her
she
powers.
went to Hot Witch Lady, was because she's like, I need some help. Like shit went sideways. Yeah. And so they start an incantation because the witch lady says, come into my
dungeon
portal. And
she calls it a temple.
Yes, she does. She tells Sarah, you have a tremendous light inside of you, more than any witch I've ever known. And then she said, essentially, the shop is built on top of like very sacred grounds,
strong energy.
Come into my temple. They start an incantation. There's a fire explosion that happens.
They get interrupted by a bunch of glamours. The other girls are fucking still around with Sarah's head, and she again is scared like a little wuss and runs away from the other powerful witch that could actually help her. She does her Phoebe run. She gets back to the house, and then those bitches fuck with her again. They call her. They show her the TV screen. Her dad is apparently has gone and left her because they think that she's gone back to San Francisco. Then they show her a news thing where her dad is dead on the plane, which I do think is below the belt. All hands.
That was a little fucked up.
That was really fucked up. And then the girls come into the house and they're floating and shit, and they try to fuck over Sarah. And Sarah again is crying like a little baby. And they're trying to convince this bitch to kill herself, which I'm like, really? And she's crying and whimpering. They pretend to like have a note ready. They do a glamour again to slit her wrist. She runs upstairs again. Phoebe running.
She hides in the bathtub.
She's doing some real stupid shit. I just can't. And even
they're projecting like rats falling onto her. They're like glamoring all these bugs,
maggots, spiders,
snakes.
Oh,
I would have killed myself too. There's no way all those bugs.
Let some spiders and maggots come out. I'm done. I'm out.
Absolutely done.
And then she goes into her room. She sees the picture of her mom. She remembers that Hot Witch Lady told her that her mother was a witch too. You need to listen and like be strong like she was, and you need to surrender yourself to a higher power. So the way she does this is to just lay on the floor in the middle of her room.
I thought
half-heartedly, I would have done just like, all right.
I thought we were in a Wilson Phillips video. I thought for sure they were gonna cut, because like all the mirrors on the wall and the picture frames turn into
gauzy.
Yeah.
There
it's
were
very
lots
90s.
Clouds rolling in this movie. So she does she starts an incantation, and so Nancy sends the other two upstairs to like finish her, and they're like, no, we're good. And she's like,
I no, what happens is Nancy is out of her goddamn mind and says to Rochelle, get your lazy the fuck?
Oh yeah, she sure does.
Did you say lazy to me? No.
We're done.
And then Bonnie grabs Rochelle and they go upstairs. But that shit was
And what Sarah is able to do is she's able to glamour them. So they look in a mirror and they see them times 3, like it coming back to them times 3. So Rochelle is losing her hair. Bonnie's whole, like half of her face is scarred like Two-Face from Batman. And they're like, oh shit, we see the error of our ways.
And they're like, they're out.
Yeah,
they SpongeBob and they SpongeBob it and they're like, all right, I'm gonna head out. They were
so
gone.
Now it's just Nancy versus Sarah, and Sarah's not backing down now because she knows she's got the power.
Okay, so my problem with this scenario is this: everyone knows the rules of how the world works, and if someone has powers, they're powerful. But if someone has powers and they're crazy, crazy always wins.
Yeah.
How is this happening? Nancy
Crazy
got all the crazy.
But crazy might let your focus slip.
Or maybe give you too much confidence.
Yes.
I think that's where Nancy fucks up. If she gets too confident in herself.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I got the power of Manon. And Sarah's like,
I mean,
I am his daughter.
Daddy Manon inside of me. And Sarah's like, nah, he said, you fucked up.
It's like, I got Mano on the phone and he said, bitch, you in trouble.
Yes. And so Nancy starts, so is this a glamour where Nancy's fingers are turning into snake fingers?
That shit was creepy,
like,
yeah.
She's turning into like Edgar from Men in Black. Is what I felt like.
The director said this scene was really, really difficult to film with the CGI and stuff. It took a lot of work.
Didn't they use real roaches in this part?
Yeah. Okay. So they use real roaches, real rats, real snakes. The animal wrangler said it was the most like reptiles, amphibians. I don't know, the most he's ever put in any productions ever. It was all real. It was gross.
Oh God,
I think there's like an actual stat in here that tells us how much.
Over 3,000 snakes. Yeah. And then they said that they made a bust of Fairuza Balk's head and torso to do the bugs crawling all over her face.
Oh, good.
So there's that.
There's no way. There would have been a call to the director and been like, Danielle's not coming back to the set.
Yeah, like I literally can't.
I would not.
There was a America's Next Top Model, real big tangent, but like they had to like pose with all this weird shit and like
yes,
she had to put a tarantula on her face, and that would have been it for me. Like I could not have gone on. I would have been.
Eva rocked it.
For me. Roaches are where I draw the line. They're unpredictable, like June bug. I don't like it.
And so then the next part is Nancy kind of starts to apologize, but it's really to like fake her out so she could stab her with her dagger. She's real fond of that dagger.
Yeah.
And this is an all-out fight scene. Like Sarah's pinned to the wall. Nancy like throws a dresser at her. Sarah somehow turns into Alex Mack to like not get crushed by the dresser.
So apparently the first shot of them doing this scene, and they showed it to the studio, they loved it so much. It wasn't just a studio. They did a testing. They did a test audience. The test audience loved it so much that the studio threw more money at it for it to be even bigger. And now when I look at it, I'm like, this is some stupid shit. But back in the day, they won an MTV Movie Award for this, and they beat fucking Jackie Chan. And you know he don't do nothing half-assed. So
he did his own shit all the time.
Yeah,
they're not even doing anything.
No, they're not.
I don't know.
Slapping each other.
It's just Nancy, just like Nancy on meth.
Yeah.
When she did the shaking thing, that was her. That wasn't even CGI. So that bitch was going full psycho in real life.
Yeah.
Method actress.
I feel like it wasn't that hard for her.
No, wasn't too far out of her realm. So now they're still fighting. Nancy's stabbing as much as she can possibly stab. And Sarah, Alex Mack pedals back into her human form and boots this bitch across
like the hallway or something.
The
into
way
that mirror.
Billy Boots Gail in Scream is the way the way Sarah boots Nancy in this movie. It's just, she goes flying, she hits a mirror. Then Sarah starts binding Nancy to ensure that she can no longer use her powers. And the next scene we see is Sarah's unpacking the trunk of a car, loading up the trunk of a car. There's flowers in it. I don't
know if she's grocery shopping or are they packing to leave. Like, I have no idea what's going
on. Bonnie and Rochelle show up. I don't know what the fuck Bonnie's wearing. Like, did her scars come back? Because she's covered up H to T again.
Maybe it's like all the remorse has like hit her, and no, she's got to cover back up. Who knows?
Yeah.
It was
sorry. There's no remorse. She's like, sorry, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, the way that they come back is just so like, we don't have our powers. How about you? And then Rochelle is like kind of nasty at the end, which I didn't like. And she's like, I bet she doesn't even have anything. And then of course Sarah's like, the heavens must open up for me to show you I've got power.
I literally wrote, bitch controls the weather.
She's Storm now.
Storm, yes, that's my thing. Okay.
She makes a tree branch fall and like makes it fall close enough where they're scared, but like doesn't injure them. And she's like, try me, bitches. Oh, by the way, I do still got the power.
I got it. Be careful. Like, you don't want to end up like Nancy.
Right. And then we see Nancy in the crazy house. Poor kid.
Sarah really thinks she's that bitch now.
She does that.
I'm over her.
I'm just mad that there was a scene where Sarah supposedly goes to see Nancy in the psych ward, but they like cut it out.
That would have been much better.
Yeah. What did she say to her in that scene?
I don't know.
They try. She essentially tries to help her get better and like work through her trauma and stuff.
No,
I don't want to see that.
No.
And that is the craft.
We did it, ladies.
We did it.
There's so many facts that we didn't cover. So Angelina Jolie and Scarlett Johansson and Alicia Silverstone were all considered for the role of Sarah, which I'm surprised none of them.
A lot of big named actresses.
Yeah.
Right at the time. Yes. Besides Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, because she hadn't had Clueless yet. She did that came out in 95. Yeah, next year.
So the crew said that they had to return to some locations a second time to complete filming because it was interrupted by several weird occurrences, such as the fog rolling in at midnight. The four actresses used actual Wiccan rites and language to invoke powerful forces. So that fog rolled in as they were doing that. And then as Fairuza Balk's character attempts to invoke the deity Manon, a flock of bats hovered over the set and the tide rose dramatically, extinguishing the circle of candles. And the witchcraft consultant on set recalls that Manon, a fictitious creation for the film, sound very close to Mananan. It sounds like Manana from Friends. I'm just going to reference Friends this whole episode. The Gaelic god of the sea. Luckily, we weren't all swept out to sea. And then the director said even every time the girls started the ceremony, and only when they would start the ceremony, the waves would start coming up tremendously fast, pounding heavily. So when Nancy says her line, Mano, fill me, right at that exact moment, they lost power. And then Rachel True also said there was definitely a weird energy around, and we were followed around by a white owl to several different locations. So there was spooky shit happening.
They found Hedwig before he went to Harry. I do want to mention that the director, or I'm not sure if it was the director or the writer, but he was pretty pissed that right after this movie came out, Charmed came out, and it felt like it was like a direct ripoff. Yeah,
I could see that.
They even used the same song for their theme song that was in the movie. The cover of How Soon Is Now, the cover of the Smith song. So yeah, it was it was a lot.
The film was released only 7 months before Scream, and so this is actually the first movie that Neve and Skeet did together.
Oh, Billy.
Also, all 4 of the main characters are not only based on the girls the film screenplay writer Peter knew from childhood, but they're also based on the 4 natural elements like we talked about.
Yeah.
And the idea for Bonnie to have burn scars, they came about because he knew a girl from college that had burn scars. I'm sure she's ecstatic that he put this in his
Right.
So that's me, y'all. That's me.
Lastly, the Katy Perry song Dark Horse from her album Prism is inspired by The Craft.
We didn't know that.
Yeah.
So ladies, let's get to our ratings, our present day ratings, now that we've gone through the movie and you guys seen this movie a bunch of times and you've done it on the podcast. So after you guys listen to, our listeners, after you listen to our episode, definitely go check out Room 237's episode
on the craft. My rating doesn't change.
Mine either. Keeping it the same. Still great.
Even as problematic as this film is, like it just did something to 13-year-old me, and that.
I don't feel like you need to say you were 13. That was rude.
We're with you, Megan. It's fine.
The disrespect.
Megan.
Jackie, is your rating the same?
I do own it, but I feel like I would give it a 5-day.
I'm keeping mine at 5-day. After this, I don't think I'm gonna buy it. There's something about it that I didn't really rewatch, and now that I know all the history behind how horribly Rachel True was treated, I think it's gonna make me upset. I was already very annoyed.
We love you, Rachel True. This is our second Rachel True movie.
Oh.
Half-baked. Yeah.
I see what y'all are doing next, and I'm excited.
Danielle is not.
I didn't say I wasn't excited.
You'll see in a second.
I don't know. Anywho, ladies, can you just tell our audience how to find you on social again?
We're on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok at Room 237 the podcast, and we're on Twitter at Room 237 the pod C1.
And you guys know the deal. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube at No More Late Fees. And if you want to be featured on an episode, or you have something to tell us, something you disagree with, something that you feel like we missed, or you just want to tell us you love us, then you can give us a call and be featured in our quick drop segment.
Yes, the quick drop number is 909-601 and MLF 909-601-6653. And we actually have a correction from the Joyride episode from our past guest, Heather, my sister. So take it away, Heather.
Hi, my No More Late Fees Blockbuster besties. This is Heather, Jackie's sister. I was just calling because I just finished watching the Joyride episode, and as always, I loved it very much. I haven't seen that movie in forever, and now I want to watch it again. As always, that's what happens when I listen to your episodes. It makes me nostalgic and want to watch the movies. But I just wanted to make a small correction to what Jackie said about the small town Dayton in Nevada where our mom lives or has a house. It's actually Highway 50 that runs through the state, runs east-west through the state. It's Highway 80 that is what connects Reno through Lake Tahoe and the Sierras down to Sacramento in California. So just that small correction, but yes, Dayton, Nevada is a little one light town, has wild Mustangs running through and legitimate tumbleweeds rolling down the street. So it's a lot of fun if you ever make your way out to Nevada. Love you guys. Love what you're doing. And I love all your episodes. Bye.
Also, if you want to help out this podcast and you like what we're given, please consider leaving a 5-star review for us on Apple Podcasts. That would be very helpful. The more reviews we get on Apple, the more Apple will show our podcast to other new listeners. And how exciting would that be? So please, please, please. Thank you. And thank you. Thank you.
And if you would like to support No More Late Fees in another way, we have a Patreon account, patreon.com/No More Late Fees. There you can get exclusive content, stickers, Ask Me Anythings, polls, bonus videos, lives, Spotify playlists. My Spotify playlists are based on actual burned CDs I have pulled out of my CD cases.
Wow.
And they are all over the fucking place.
It is
That's
fun.
It's yes.
And stay tuned for next week, where we will wrap up spooky season by celebrating the 20th anniversary of the cult classic 13 Ghosts with our boy Matthew Lillard.
I love him.
Matthew Lillard.
I'll let y'all know right now I own 13 Ghosts, so that's my rating. I love it. It's cheesy and amazing.
Oh, it's so good. I can't wait. I love 13 Ghosts.
Okay. If you watch it, Danielle, and you haven't seen it before, you should really consider cheaply purchasing the DVD, because one of the best parts about the movie is on the DVD they have like a little backstory for each ghost, and it's interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. You don't get it in the movie.
Fun fact.
Thank you so much to Room 237 Pod. We had a blast. Y'all are welcome back anytime. It doesn't even have to be
so much.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yes. We don't even have to do a spooky movie. We can just do any movie.
Yeah.
Yes. I would like to actually talk about some other kind of movies besides
Yes.
Yes.
anytime, ladies.
Yeah.
That's the best part of guesting on other podcasts, because you can do something like that's outside of your scope.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And as always, be kind and rewind.
Mm-hmm.